What's up, y'all? Today we got with us the one and only, the upcoming Memphis artist. Because I don't want to call you a rapper just yet, because I feel like you have exceeded or passed that limiting title. I think you're an artist. So today we have with us the great and very talented Memphis artist, JaiMusiq. Just give him a round of applause real quick.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All for y'all out now. You feel me?
Man. All for y'all out now, chosen out now, way too lit out now. I got a lot of stuff out right now, man.
Yes, man.
Yes,
Constantly.
sir. So let's just dive right into that, Jay. So my personal favorite track, and I think I told you on Twitter maybe like a month or 2 months ago, is Out the Way. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to know, what was the creative process that went into that when you were making that track?
Out the Way. The crazy thing about Out the Way, I made Out the Way in like 2017. It just decided to like put it on the project. So it came about my friend Ross, who was actually a feature on the track. He was just trying to get in the studio and he wants to make a song with me. So he sent me the beat and he was like, make a chorus to it. I'll make a verse, you make a verse, and then we can go to the studio and do it. So he sent me the beat. I vibe with it for a little bit, made the chorus, sent it to him. He made his verse, I made my verse, and we really just went to the studio like that. But that junk was about 3 years old by the time y'all heard it.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Just dropping heat that you've been had like for years ago. You just had heat just sitting there. And then you decided to bless us with it. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, it was like, cause when I dropped it as a single, it was like right when the pandemic started. I dropped it in like April. Like the pandemic started like mid-March. And it was just a song that I had. I didn't know what to do with. And I figured, man, we in a pandemic, everybody trying to stay out the way at this point. I figured it's the perfect time to drop it. So I dropped it. I dropped it as a single then, and then just put it on the album because it was already out. And it's crazy, like things just happen. Like things just happen as they supposed to. Because I literally had no intentions of dropping that jump, but then I feel like I had to at that point.
Yeah.
How I'm trying to stay out the way. You ain't riding home base. No traffic. If you in your lane, bruh, I feel that so much, bruh. Like if you stay in your lane, like you straight. You ain't gotta worry about nobody else. No right turns, no left turns, nobody in front of you. Like you straight. So I definitely relate to that. What were you finna say, Noah? My bad.
I was gonna ask you. So, how important do you feel that timing is to like a release? Because like I know you said that was releasing like, or it was recorded in 2017, just now dropping it like, you know what I'm saying, April. Do you have that same sort of like thought process with like all your music, or does it just like depend?
With that one it really just depended. I do think timing is important though. But for myself now as an artist, it's like I feel like my sauce is to just drop. Like when I feel it, like just gonna drop it. Like I did with Chosen. I didn't really have a plan for that. I just feel like it was something that the world needed, so I just dropped it. But of course, with like albums and stuff, it's more strategic. But with singles, it's like whenever I feel it, you know, just drop that and then just push it as hard as I can, and it'll do what it needs to do.
And then like on one of the tracks, it's called Current Events. It's one of your skits, and you all were talking about how, you know, you as an artist, you don't want to just talk about Black men dying every day. You want to talk about other things that's pertaining to your life. So I just wanted to ask you, when you go into writing a track, how much of like the social environment at that time is on your mind when you're writing down a track? Like do you think of it and then you're like, nah, this ain't really the track to dive into that. So like what exactly goes into that process when you're about to make a track?
It really just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment. The Current Events skit was just really based off of the Lately song because it comes right before Lately. And when I wrote Lately, like that was when like all the George Floyd stuff was going on and all of that. So like I felt that, like, y'all know, like as black men, like we gonna feel that because that could have easily been us, like every single day. Like every time I see police, like my heart drop. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, same.
For real, like every time I see police, my heart drops. So with that particular song, I feel like that was a song that I could touch on that on. But I mean, I have a lot of different subject matters when it comes to songs. Like if you listen to the album, like the whole back half of it is like love stuff. But like before that, like it's other different topics. But I like to touch on everything because as an artist, like my music has to represent my life, and we all have different facets of life that we go through. So it's up to me to accurately portray my life through the music. Like, because what I was saying, like with All For Y'all, like that's not just a representation of who I am as an artist. Like that's a representation of who I am as a man. Like every song, you're gonna get something personal from my life. Like you're gonna learn a little bit more about me with every track. So with my music, it's just more so just putting me out there and whatever I'm feeling at the time when I'm writing, that's pretty much what's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
So with that being said, how do you like? Is there a balance between like you as an artist and like you as like just like a person? Do you ever feel like conflicted in some ways about
it? Do I feel conflicted between me being a regular person and an artist? Not really, because like with a lot of artists that you hear today, they all have an image, or not all, but most of them have an image. Most of them have a facade that they portray through their music. Versus me, like the music is me as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to put up a facade or show an image because everything I'm saying in my songs, you can look at my life and see that. And like people really know me, they can look at my life and be like, oh, he said this line, I know exactly what he's talking about. Or, oh, I was there when he was doing such and such. Like that's just me. The only conflict that I have between me being a person and an artist is like me being an introvert when I'm not performing. Like people expect me to like talk more or be more outgoing. And that's not me. Like that's not me as a person. But like when I got the mic in my hand or I'm on stage or like when I'm doing interviews like I'm doing with y'all, like the artist comes out at that point.
Like flips the switch.
Yeah, it flips the switch. But that's pretty much the only conflict I have for real.
So I have a question.
All right.
So a lot of times mainstream artists, when they do come to Tennessee, they usually skip over Memphis and go to Nashville. So when you get that type of, I guess, status or platform with like millions of fans, when it comes to Tennessee, do you have like plans on making Memphis like it like the stop, like I will perform here? Or like how would you look at that when you're like mapping out where you're gonna do your tours?
Oh no, I'm definitely coming back to Memphis. Like I'm not gonna say if, when I get, like you said, when I get to the platform where I have a lot of friends and stuff, like Memphis will probably be like my last stop. Like for real, I can't get away from home. But I totally understand why artists don't come to Memphis because most of the time you're not gonna sell out here. Because we got the Forum, which is pretty big. So like if you're not like a super artist, like you don't want to get the Forum because you're not gonna sell out the Forum. And we really don't have any other venues like that except you want to say the Lander Center, but that's South Haven. So I understand why artists don't come here. And then it's just hard to get Memphis people out the house. Like me being an artist, I know like it's hard to get people to come to the shows. And like although I'm an upcoming artist, and I guess that's granted for me being upcoming, like even for big artists that come here, like their shows don't necessarily do as well as they would hope. So I get why they skip Memphis and go to Nashville. I hate it, but I can, from an artist standpoint, I can see. But I'm always come back.
Okay, cool. Because I always get like upset whenever like I see like some artists is touring and then boom, no Memphis. Like
Memphis artists don't even come back. Like I remember when I think it was Dolph who announced his tour. Like probably like right before the pandemic, it was no Memphis stop on there.
For real.
But even with that, like I can definitely understand why he wouldn't want to come back to Memphis. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So with you bringing up Dolph, I wanted to ask you, who is your favorite Memphis artist? Mine is Don Tripp, so I was wondering who yours was, if you
Favorite
had one.
Memphis artist? It's none of the mainstream ones. I tell you that. Like, as far as Memphis artists, like, I'm really just listening to my friends. Yeah, so I mean, if I just had to name a few of them, I mean, I say myself, of course. Bub Lee, I Just Want to Make It. Slim Iceberg, Cass Kelsery. Like, everybody I had on this show I had in October, like, those are the people that I listen to. But even outside, I Speak With a Gift. Ricky, Devane, Austin Cruz. Like, it's so much talent in Memphis that just doesn't get the spotlight like we should. But we on the way though. We on the way. Just stay tuned. We got a whole new wave coming. It really started last year, but I feel like this year gonna be the year.
I can see it too. Like,
yeah,
I was gonna say, because I did a shoot with Najee.
You was there when I made the song with him.
Yeah, so like just being in the studio and seeing like the energy like that y'all had together, like it really does like look like it's gonna be up for y'all. So I'm excited to see what happens, what drops.
Thanks. I'm waiting on Najee to drop that junk too. I've been on his head about dropping that junk, but he just dropped the recipe junk, and that junk was hard too. So
yeah,
like I think it's interesting how like all of the creative community is like coming together, like blending and merging over into each other's fields. Because like I saw that One Dot had shot you the other day. I think you're in the studio shooting your music video, and I saw one of the tags and it was One Dot, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, we just interviewed him a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, see, like, it's a small world. I think that's really cool.
And it's crazy because like even with like me and One Dot, like I've been knowing him since high school. Like, cause he went to White Station, I went to Central, but like I still knew him. And like even with some of those artists I just named, I've been knowing. Like, I Just Want to Make It and Cass Kelsery, we went to Central together. So I knew them already from school before we even started like getting on the music tip. So it's really just like those past relationships, and then we all just kind of coming into our own, and then just working together because we already rock with each other. Like, we already got the personal relationship, so it's easy to do business, especially with the art, because we all serious about our craft.
That's what I love about Memphis, because I'm from Jackson, and that shit does not exist here. Like, so whenever I like came here for school, I'm a junior now at U of M, but like seeing how everyone is like so interactive with each other, like it's not too much beef, you know, everybody's just cool. So it's like it's easy to turn like a relationship into business and vice versa. So I really appreciate like being able to see that and like experience it firsthand.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. It's definitely cool. There ain't no reason for us to have no beef. Like, we all trying to get to the same place. So we might as well work together to get there. That's what all these other cities doing. Like, all of their artists are working together for a common goal. And even if they got beef, or even if they got like some issues outside of the business, they don't let that interfere with the music or the business or the money they're gonna make. That's the thing with Memphis artists. They gonna let their beef get in the way of the money. And that's not the move. That's not the move for me. We all gotta work together and get to where we're going. Cause once one of us kick the door down, I was talking to I Just Want to Make It about this yesterday. Once one of us kick the door down, any of us that are, you know what I'm saying, creating our own vibe and making our own sound, once one of us get in the door, it's over with. We all in. Because we all got music together. So if one of us making it, you go back and listen to our catalog, it's like, oh, who is this? Oh, who is this? Oh, who is this?
And then everybody started to come in.
Exactly.
And like, why do you think that's so important for like when one of you in the group make it, that they pull everyone else with them? Why do you think that's so important?
Because that's the only way that we're gonna change the vibe of Memphis. Because if you look at all the mainstream Memphis artists, they all had a similar sound. Like, if you look at Moneybagg, Gotti, Dolph, Glock, Pooh Shiesty, Lil Migo, like, it's all trap. They all talking about the same things, which is cool. I'm not gonna knock that. Like, it sound good. Do y'all thing. But it's so much more that the city has to offer. And I feel like if we can really tap into that like we can really change the scene and the vibe of the whole city. Like music is very powerful. I don't think that people really understand how powerful that music is. But of course, if the city is just listening to trap all the time, talking about killing each other, talking about doing drugs and all this all the time, that's what we gonna see. But if we can get a new sound out, a new vibe out, to where we just talking about like living our lives and having fun and being happy and showing love, like we can change the city, we can change the world for real. If we just change what we feed in our spirit, what we feed in our soul, what type of media we consume it, like for real. I think it could go that deep for real.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree as well. And like I think Tavish Trending had made a comment or like a post on Twitter, I think like a few weeks ago, about how like Memphis, like he's trying to help Memphis have a new sound. And I commented your name under his post, and I saw y'all exchange music, and I thought that was really cool because I'm like, social media is so powerful. Like you can connect people that are doing similar things just like that, and then like you never know what can spiral out of that connection. Because like for example, he's on the Grizzlies media team, so like you never know like the people that he knows how they can better connect you. Then next thing you know, you perform it at the FedEx Forum and you didn't even see it coming. Like there's just so many variables that can come out of that, those type of relationships and connections. That's why I think it's so important for us to build bridges with each other and not have beef, like y'all were saying earlier, because beef does nothing but slow the progression of yourself down, and then your city down, and then on and on. So yeah.
Thanks. Cause like I feel honestly like if I feel like if Dolph and Gotti was to even settle their beef, like they could put the city in another position. Like we got two of the top people in the industry in the city, like clashing with each other, like not even wanting to collaborate. Like I feel like that could even change the scene around a little bit, but we'll probably never know. We'll probably never know.
And that's why we looking toward you and then your whole crew of people to try to change that narrative, because I personally believe that if our leadership was different and our music culture was different, I feel like crime would go down, and I feel like Memphis would be literally the best city in the United States and probably the world, because a lot of the reasons that like companies don't want to pour their money into the cities because of the crime rate and stuff. But I feel like if we could shift the type of people that we look up to, then I feel like that would, dramatically change the culture of the city for the better too.
Thanks. I agree with
you. That's how I feel. So like, your first track is Self-Affirmation. I want to ask you, why do you think it's important for people to have a self-affirmation for themselves? Why do you think that's so important?
Well, first of all, I believe in the power of words. So the words that we speak over ourselves and the words that we speak over others have power. So with the self-affirmation thing, the affirmation for myself in that song is at the end of the chorus. I'm gonna make it and share my success and my blessings with all of my kinfolk. And that's really what I plan to do. And it's important for people to be able to affirm themselves, because if they don't have anybody else, they have themselves, and they can speak power over themselves. And I feel like the more people that realize that, the more people that realize that there's power in the things that they say, and there's power in their thoughts, like the better off we'll be. We can use that power to do more than what we're currently doing. But self-affirmation is just about believing in myself and taking my talent and doing what I need to do with it. And me telling myself that I'm going to get to the level that I want to be at eventually in due time. I mean, of course, like we want it to happen quickly, but it's all in due time. It's really all in God's time. Like, so I'm just waiting. Like, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm supposed to do and prepare for the opportunity when it comes. But I know I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there pretty soon. But that's really what that's all about.
Have there ever been like points or like, periods of time where like you felt like, okay, maybe this rap shit not gonna work, I gotta find something else? And if so, how did you overcome that?
Man, I feel like that like every couple months.
Yeah.
For real. And I think if you ask any creative in any type of field, they probably feel like that every once in a while. I'm pretty sure y'all as photographers and cameramen feel like that every once in a while. Like, man,
For sure.
I've been working so hard, and I'm not really seeing the results or the validation that I would like to get. But the way that I get out of that is really just through the love of music, through the love of the art. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all have a love for what y'all do, and that's what keeps y'all going. Like, even if the money not coming in, even if the likes not coming in, the shares not coming in, like, it's the love that keeps you doing it. And that's really what keeps me. That really what keeps me at it. I remember I had it like last year around this time with Temp Time TV and Definition. I don't know if you know them, but if y'all don't know them, y'all should tap in with them too. And they asked me if I wasn't doing music, what would I be doing? And I said, I probably did, for real. That's how much love I have for it. I really can't see myself doing anything else. If I wasn't rapping, if I wasn't singing, I would be doing something else with music. And if rapping doesn't work, if singing doesn't work, then I go into songwriting, producing something. Like, I'm gonna do something with music. So it's all about the love, and then it just goes back to what I said earlier. Like, I know my time coming. I can literally like feel it more and more every day. It's just a matter of when it'll be. But whenever it is, I'll be prepared for it.
That's hard, bro. Cause like you said, no, I definitely like last year. I was like, damn, my shit kind of ass. Maybe I should just put the camera down, but I didn't. So
but you're hard though.
I know it's like your own biggest critic, right?
Yeah.
And thank you, but I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I had to just like realize like why I'm doing it. Like, what's my purpose? Like I had to, believe myself, self-affirmations, all that stuff. So I got through that. Still, I'm sure you probably got similar experiences.
For sure. Like every other week. Like no exaggeration. But I just remind myself that I'm doing this for a greater purpose. So I have to look beyond what's happening right now, looking beyond my current reality, if you will. So that's how I approach it too.
And that's the thing that helped me. Like, even like with like Noah, you were just talking about how you feel like your stuff was ass or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, I quickly hit you with the bro, you hard. Like that keeps me going. That keeps me going too. Like, sometimes we need that outside opinion, or like that outside encouragement from other people. Because like you said, we're our biggest critics. Like, sometimes it's hard for us to look at ourselves and to look at our own work and see the greatness in it, because we criticize ourselves so much. But once you put it out into the world and get the world on it, and you getting that positive feedback, it's like, okay, maybe I am hard. I just keep going.
Yeah, definitely. Cause like, I don't know. I know a lot of people try to act like, they don't want they don't need outside validation, or it's like they don't want it at all. But it can definitely be like a tool for like, good like, what am I trying to say? Like, you can view yourself in a better light because of it. Just because, there is such a hard time looking at yourself objectively sometimes. So definitely like learning how to appreciate that and like realize that like, every time somebody comments or shares, like they really mean it. Like, I mean, it's not much of a reason to, do it out of malice or whatever. So yeah, definitely realizing that helped me a lot this past year.
And I feel like another thing with that is you really never know how close you really are. Like, if you were to give up, like I know Stu said, like every other week he's like, man, like I don't know. But say you chose one week and gave up, and the next week you could have got an opportunity to do something. Like, you never know how close to your time you really are.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't give up. Like, you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going, man.
That's facts. It's so crazy how like volatile success can be. Like, literally, you can like you said, just get ready to give up, and then next week, boom, somebody want to hire you to be their tour photographer. Now you making like $50K just off of pictures.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
And like really like every time like I start like doubting myself, like an opportunity pops up, like literally every time, like to just do a show or like to even do a podcast like this, like just somebody wanting to hear my voice and hear my opinion, like that means a lot. But every time now I want to like give up, like something pops up and God like, nah, not yet.
I got a little more things to do with you first.
Yeah, we got some more work to do.
Yeah, that's hard.
So like, I'm wondering, let's say you just took off tomorrow, right? And let's say you're as famous as Drake, just for an example. What would you do for Memphis or in Memphis with the platform that you get? Like, would you build a studio here, or would you create like a music academy, or like what would you want to do if you ever got that famous and that rich?
Man, I can't even fathom being as big as Drake in a day. But I know for sure I would want to build up the music scene here on like all different types of levels. So like I would probably start a label, probably bring more attention to the city through that. And just start up more programs and fund the programs that are already moving, like with all types of different arts. Cause I mean, I believe it's power in the arts, like I was saying earlier, not even just music, but you know what I'm saying, visual arts, performing arts, acting, things of that. And we don't necessarily have the resources like other cities do. Like I know my manager, Kadeem, he also manages Nashville X. So I see the opportunities that Nashville artists get that we don't necessarily get. And really, Nashville be so stingy. Like they be like, if you don't live in Nashville or you're not from Nashville, we're not gonna give you this opportunity. And it's like, dang, but I'm just 3 hours away. Like, mess with me.
I can make that drive. It ain't nothing to me.
For real. But I would definitely bring more resources here. More studios, more programs, all of it. Like I just want to see the scene grow. Like I would probably like build another venue or something like that, another performance venue. Yeah, that's what I do. I put money into the arts in the city. Short term answer.
That's what's up. And then to close us out, real quick question for you. What are you gonna do tomorrow to impact the life of a Memphian? What are you gonna do tomorrow?
What am I going to do tomorrow to impact the life of a Memphian? What's tomorrow?
What you gonna do, bro?
I mean, well, every day, I guess I impact lives. Outside of music, I work with high school kids through the Memphis Ambassadors program. So Monday through Thursday, I'm meeting with kids from 3:30 to 4:45, talking about different life skills and stuff. Right now, we're actually talking about love languages this week. So just teaching them about love languages and teaching them how to communicate, how they like to be treated, and understanding how other people like to be treated and how everybody's different. So I guess what I would do tomorrow to impact the life of a Memphian is do that again, like I've been doing this whole week. I guess that would be it. I'm gonna try to give you a music answer, but I don't think I can think of one.
It don't even gotta be music, bro, because that's dope. I forgot who I was talking to earlier this week, but like I was like thinking like that needs to be much more of like a normalized thing, especially with like school age kids. Because you know, like, yeah, okay, you learn calculus, you learn algebra, you learn US history. How does that help you interact with other kids and like understand like, you know, just like basic principles and
How
stuff?
does that help you in life? Like they don't even help you in life. Like school be teaching us stuff that's not even gonna help us in life.
Right.
Like, I'm into music. Why am I even learning calculus? Why am I even like? Why is that even a thing?
You finna derive your success. You feel me?
Real, hey, for real. They don't want to see us win, man. They don't want to see us win.
Yeah, but that's a dope program. I'm glad you work with them because, like I said, it is so important. So it's good to hear.
Doing your part, changing Memphis one kid at a time. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And then finally, I'll go ahead and let you tell everyone who's listening where they can find your music and follow you personally to stay, up to date on what you're doing in your life. I'm gonna go ahead and let you give your little spiel before we close out.
Cool. So as you guys should know, if you got to this part of the podcast, I go by the name of JaiMusiq. JaiMusiq. That's all social media, all streaming platforms. You can find my music on any streaming platform, YouTube as well. Got some videos up there. Got a lot of new stuff on the way. I got a lot of features that haven't dropped. I don't know when they're gonna drop, but whenever they drop, it's gonna go crazy. I got like 15 unreleased features from last year. And a couple more from this year that I don't know when they gonna come out, but when they do, just stay tuned. All for y'all still out. Chosen out. Used to Me still out. Way Too Lit. The joint I did with Gualo Buckley, Speak With a Gift, and Cass Kelsey video and song is out right now, doing pretty well. And just more stuff on the way, man. We dropping all year. Stay tuned.
And then how can people best support JaiMusiq?
You can best support me by buying my music on iTunes, streams. I prefer like buying because streams you only get like half a penny per stream, which is wild. Unless you got title, I think it's like a penny and then some. Or you can buy some merch. I got some merch on deck. I got physical copies of all for y'all for $20 with an autograph. Little autograph. It might be worth a couple thousand, couple 10,000 in a couple years. Never know. I got those. I got some lighters for $5. I got some stickers for $1. So buy the music, buy the merch. Share my stuff with your friends if you like it. That's the best way to support me.
I heard that. We will definitely be supporting you over here, me and Noah. So with all that being said, we appreciate you for stopping by and chopping it up with us. We hope you have a good rest of the week and a great Black History Month.
See, he got the Umar. He got the Umar background.
Yes, sir. I know the vibes.
I beg your pardon.
I beg
your
pardon. But let me reiterate. You feel me? Yeah, gotta have that.
I appreciate y'all for having me, though.
Yes, sir.
Man, of course. Cool dude.